What up with you guys? You know who it is. It's your boy John Mike back again, and today we're doing a Throwback Thursday, and I'm going to be talking about the M-Audio Keystation 49e. This is a really amazing keyboard that came out quite a long time ago. I would say somewhere, man, depending on when you look at it, probably around the 2010, 2012 time frame. I may be off by a year or so, but this is, not one that's on the market right now. Like, you can't like actively go on like Amazon or, Guitar Center or places like that and actually, buy these like brand new in the store. So the only place you can get these is places, used places, Craigslist, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, things like that. So you're probably looking, the reason you're watching this video is because you're probably looking at one of these on eBay or one of these places and you're saying to yourself, is it any good in 2020? Is this still viable? This is what we're going to try to find out and ascertain in this video. So I was able to find one that is, practically new condition, with the box. So that's always, great. So we're going to open it up and we're going to see what it's talking about and take a look at this controller in 2020. All right, so got it out the box, just comes with the USB cable, didn't come with any software. And what I remember about this keyboard, this particular one, it didn't really come with software. There wasn't, depending on which version you bought, you might get Pro Tools, Empowered or something to that nature with it, but it didn't really come with software. And even the box that I showed didn't show any software that came with it. So as you can see, this thing is practically brand new. It came just like this, not a scratch on it. Looks like it just came from the factory. And one of the key indicators of knowing the age of one of these keyboards, these Keystations, is the key color. Because one thing with these older M-Audio keyboards is the keys, for whatever reason, tend to turn yellow after a while. And I'm not sure what causes that. There's some sort of scientific reason why. And there's always somebody in the comments that's going to let me know why. So if you're that person that knows why keys yellow after a certain period of time, feel free to leave it down in the comment and enlighten us all as to why this phenomenon happens. But typically these keys, when you see an older M-Audio keyboard, they're usually yellow. They start to yellow a little bit, and these are still white. So that shows me that this has not been really used at all. I mean, not a scratch. And then another indicator is this little volume knob. Anybody who knows M-Audio and has had one of these controllers or used one over the years knows that this thing is going to come off. It's inevitable. It's just now, right now, I can't even pull it off. It's actually on there pretty doggone good. So yeah, those that know, this thing is not going to stay on there. This is going to be gone in however length of time. So really dope thing about this keyboard is it comes with MIDI out and USB, so you can use this for your outboard gear. I like to point that out for keyboards that did. And that was one thing about these older Keystations. They did the 49 key at that, because if you get a newer Keystation 49, it does not come with any MIDI out capabilities. You might get it in the 61, but you're not going to get it in the 49 key. So this is a 49 key keyboard with MIDI out on it, and that's something to be said. So USB, you got your power outlet, and you got a power switch. So that's pretty cool to have that, and your sustain jack. That's really dope about this. Pitch bend, mild wheel, octave buttons, and advanced functions. Now, one thing that they did change about this, if you look at the newer M-Audio keyboards, they actually give you the advanced functions on here. These actually just give you the key names: C1, C2, C3, C4, and C5. But on the newer Keystations, they actually tell you, because there's advanced functions you can activate by hitting the advanced button and pressing certain keys, and it'll give you different things like your MIDI channel control or a program change or MIDI CC or, different things like that what each one of these keys do. But they don't tell you on this particular board, but on the newer ones they do. So that's one thing that's different between this and that one. Now the keys. Oh, that's noisy. Ooh, that's noisy. And these keys have not been played. They feel very Yeah, these are stiff keys. You know, yeah, these are stiff keys. They play very stiff, very springy, very jump back at you. Now, before I plug it up and we see, you know, what it's talking about, if it's still viable, let me go grab the other Keystation, the new Keystation, and we're going to compare those really quick. I just want to do a quick comparison, and then we're going to jump into and plug it up to the computer and see what we can do with it. Now, here's a newer Keystation. It's not the brand new one. This is actually the MK2. So I would assume this would be the MK1. But, you know, this is one I've had for quite a while. And as you can see, my little knob, volume knob, is gone here. So you can see the differences. They added transport controls, but overall the aesthetic is still the same. Really, and I'm going to try to get one of these as well to do on a Throwback Thursday, is the Key Studio. So they had a version that was in between these two called the Key Studio. And some of you probably remember that. The Keystation as it is now is really more akin to the Key Studio style of, you know, of controllers. I think it's like the same key bed and all of that. We'll see as we grow. But I love the keyboard. This is probably one of my favorite key beds on a 49 key controller, is the M-Audio Keystation 49. But this one, you know, it's just, it pales in comparison. It's just such a difference, you know, and how they play. These keys are a little bit more raised. And of course you can see size wise, this one is thinner, as you know, and much less thick as this one. So, you know, those are some of the changes with this. So let's get it plugged up and let's see what we can do with it. Yeah, so yeah, plays like that, plays well. It's the velocity curve is really sharp. I'm pretty sure maybe that can be adjusted maybe in the advanced functions. I'm not gonna, I'd have to go Google and look and do some digging for the manual and looking through all of that to find out how to change the velocity curve if it's possible. But out the gate, not much dynamic range on these particular keys when it comes to like, you know, something you're trying to really finesse. I wouldn't suggest this as getting this as something you would use as a main thing to cut piano tracks, because the velocity, you know, the velocity just isn't there. Which means it goes from like 0 to 127 like that, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's not really something you can really finesse on some piano stuff, and plus the number of keys. But key stuff, synth stuff, it'll be perfect for that. Like if you want to use this, like if you're thinking of getting this for a live, like a live keyboard to use it in a live environment, it'll be great for auxiliaries, playing stuff like that. Yeah, the attack as well for like synth stuff. It's got really good synth action. That would probably be the best way to put it. But for like piano stuff and stuff you really need to finesse, not so much. Playing pads, doing things like this, or just getting this as a keyboard like that you can, you know, kind of travel with, or, you know, just something to have portable. You know, this would be great for that. These can pretty much be gotten pretty cheap. I think I paid maybe 45 bucks for it when I got it off of eBay. And you can get them even cheaper than this. I mean, I've seen them 25, 30 bucks on Craigslist, you know. So these can be gotten for a decent price. Now, here's something to be considerate about. Now, this is a class compliant USB device, so it will work with any, basically with any Apple device or any computer that does accept class compliant MIDI. So some of you Windows folks might be out of luck. You know, I don't know. I don't have a Windows computer to test this on, but I'm pretty sure it'd be difficult to find some drivers for it if you have to download drivers. That's the drawback to being on the Windows side of things. Mac, pretty much if it's class compliant, then you can utilize it from that standpoint. So I can plug it up to I could use this with my iPad like I'm using now. I can use this with my MacBook. I could use this with my iPhone if I wanted to, for like GarageBand or playing some little things like that. So this keyboard will work great for that. If you're on the Windows side and you can't get drivers for whatever reason, there is, again, a standard MIDI port. So you could use a USB MIDI, like a USB to MIDI like type thing. So there's a solution if you're a Windows user and you can't find a driver that works with this particular keyboard. Other than that, it's a really good keyboard. I would recommend it to anyone who is, you know, if you can find a good deal on it, it'll still work. It's still viable. Great for synth action. I wouldn't get it as my main keyboard to play, you know, piano and try to do everything on it, but for synth stuff and, you know, playing stuff like that, auxiliaries, something to just have and travel with, it's still a decent board if you can find it at a decent deal. So hope this video helped you. I got some more Throwback Thursdays that we're going to be doing. I'm looking forward. I've been getting some other keyboards in. I'm on the hunt to try to see if I can find the very first MIDI controller, like USB MIDI. I know there's some other MIDI controllers that go all the way back to the 80s, but I'm trying to see if I can find the first like USB computer-based MIDI controller. And we're gonna see if I can find that. I'm on the hunt for it, trying to find out and research and see what that is and try to get one in here so I can show you guys and we can track the journey of MIDI, the history of computer MIDI and all of this stuff like that. So I'm excited about this. So you know how we do on these videos. Hit the like button, hit the share button, drop a comment below, turn on notifications, subscribe, do all of those things that you do on the video. I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Holla at your boy.